Hey guys, Houls here from Houls Fitness, back in the kitchen. Just going to go over the green juice that I have because I do recommend this to my clients and actually anybody who is looking to live a fitter and healthier life. I have a green juice every day, so I'm going to whip one up for you now, just essentially go over it so I can also share this with those who ask, oh, you know, what do you have in your green juice? Now, green juices for the most part contain a lot of chlorophyll, which actually help blood flow by putting more oxygen into the blood, and it gives a chance for your body to release toxins. Now, obviously this will also aid in digestion, and it's just generally better, and it gives you a boost of energy. And look, it's just a great thing to have over having vegetable juices and or fruit juices, which contain perhaps more sugars, which you sort of, in a way, depending on your goals, will sort of go against what you're actually trying to accomplish, if weight loss is in fact your goal. For me, I actually want to get the most out of my proteins and my fats and my carbohydrates, especially being on a caloric deficit. So having a green juice, and with the fiber that's in green juice, obviously I need more carbohydrates for energy. Greens per se aren't so much, because they're a non-soluble fiber, meaning that they essentially just pass straight through. You don't really count greens as a carbohydrate for the fact of having them energy, and they're not really a caloric dense food. Now, what this could also mean is potentially you could have negative calorie burning situation. What that means is, for example, here we have a stick of celery. Not the most flavoursome thing. A lot of people just eat this as is. I used to as a kid, but I don't anymore. Maybe I ate too much as a kid. But anyway, let's say, for example, a stick of celery is around 7 to 10 calories. You're actually going to use anywhere from 10 to potentially 15 calories in simple digestion. So this gives what is called a negative caloric effect, I guess. So you're eating something that's 7 calories, but you're using 10 calories to burn it off. Makes sense? Now that's why when you're on a caloric deficit and or a cut, and for weight loss, that's why you can have as many greens in your vegetables, and I suggest them because it keeps you fuller for longer and also boosts up your food thermogenic intake, increasing your calorie burn throughout the day, because you're going to be burning off more calories than what you're taking in from the fibrous carbohydrates like your broccoli, your Brussels sprouts, your cabbage, your celery, your spinach. What else have we got here? We've got some kale here. So yeah, that's going to make up my juice. But yeah, so essentially what you want to do is get as many greens as you in to keep you fuller for longer and aiding in digestion. And also, like, that can help towards weight loss because you'll have a negative, somewhat negative caloric intake. So it's basically a free food for those who are on a cut, and have as much as you like. And that's what I always suggest to my clients. Either get used to having greens or get used to feeling hungry. So other than all these great vitamins and minerals that are also, which is something you probably might lack in your diet or your nutrition plan, I hate the word diet, get the greens in, and you'll take care of a lot of your vitamins and minerals, your micronutrients. So don't forget, you've got your macronutrients and your micronutrients. So, but look, I'm going to whip this up. Now, what have I got here? In my trusty blender, I've got just shy, or about a litre of water. I'm going to put in 1 whole stick of celery. Now, you can get these, this is just spinach, English spinach, so it's like a full branch. All I'm going to do is take the end off, chuck that out. That'll all go into the blender. I'm just going to wash those off first. Now, this may be an acidic food, a lemon, but also once it's in your body, actually it's an alkalizing food. I actually did do some researching in regards to alkalizing your body and whatnot. Now, your body does in fact stay at an alkalized state of around 7.4 on a peak, but that's a completely different video. But we always like to have alkalizing foods coming in, because the more alkaline the food is, the better it is for us, and it can essentially it's for the making you feel better. It is. It does. It gives me an energy boost. So I'm going to add a full lemon, rind and all. So that, straight in the blender. Water everywhere. Alright, so I'm also going to add all that bunch of spinach. Now you can use any kind of, basically any greens that you want to use, but I use that full floret of spinach, one whole celery, just give that a wash. All this is just going straight in the blender. Now, this has been regarded as a superfood, kale, and it is a superfood. It's very high and dense in nutrients, minerals and vitamins and all the rest of it. There are many other better foods out and they're finding out more and more, but kale is a great food. So usually, I know from Woolworths or Coles, you get them in bunches like this for around $4 or whatever it is. If you want to get them from your local farmer's market, probably a better option. But anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. So usually I'll get a nice, or usually one of the branches, depending on how full it is. Anyway, so I'll get one of the branches straight in the blender. Now I also like to add ginger. How much ginger? Usually I'll just go, I'll have about that much ginger in my juice. And I'll save the rest for later. So what have I got in there? I've got one bunch of kale, or one stick of kale, one stick of celery, one bunch of spinach. This is obviously going to blend up. Now you can add other greens, but that's essentially all I have on a daily basis. And ginger. I'll blend that up. And that's it, guys. That's all that's in there. Some people will add a little bit of garlic. I seem to get a bit of acid reflux with the garlic. Maybe I use too much, so maybe I could just cut it down a little bit. Probably a quarter to a half of a clove of garlic would be good too. Obviously all the antioxidants that come with this juice are phenomenal. Yeah, and so that's it, guys. That's pretty much all I have, so I'm going to blend that up, and yeah, I'll come back to you after. See you later. Alright, so once that's done, it's done. Now, depending on how chunky you want your juice, I tend to blend it up so it's fairly... This is the consistency that I have. So it's usually pretty good. So this is my green smoothie. Now, in regards to the lemon, depending on the size of the lemon, like my lemons are roughly about that size. If your lemons are big, I've obviously only use about half, and probably do it to taste as well. Yeah. Look, with the lemon, makes it a lot easier to drink. You can throw a lime in there as well. That's pretty much that green juice that I have, but you know, I can't recommend them highly. Since I've been having them, I've noticed that my energy's been more, and I'm on a cut too, so like I'm on a caloric deficit. I work out, you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day. I work a full-time job. My energy's been through the roof, more so than, because I didn't have a green juice on my previous cut before my show, but this time I am. My energy levels are better. I believe I'm getting more out of my foods that I actually do eat, and all around my recovery feels better. My joints aren't as bad. I used to get out of my desk chair because I have a desk job, and I used to get out of my chair and I was a bit stiff through the back. All gone. Nothing has changed except having a green juice every day. Now, is it the green juice? I believe so. With all the benefits that come with nutrients, vitamins, minerals, the antioxidants, I just believe it's cleansed my system out, and I believe that's something you have to do before you start a diet as well, or a nutrition plan or anything. Is sort of, people talk about detoxifying their body, and I'm going on a detox. Well, you should detox almost essentially every day, because if you're going on a detox, all you're saying is, I'm going to clean out my system to put more shit back in it to it later. So what you want to be able to do is have a consistent cleanse. That's what I believe green juice does. Do your own research. That's how I make my juice. This is what I recommend for my clients. If you're one of them, go and make yourself a juice right now and get it in you. Alright guys, and as usual, comment and subscribe. I'll get back to you soon, and like my video. No shortcuts, no excuses.
So